This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Hello, everybody. My name is Papa What of It, and welcome to the Stanley Parable. Time to go out here, I guess.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Uh-huh. You think so? You think I can... Uh-huh. Yeah! Who broke the game? Who broke the game?
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
This is really long.
Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Maybe I just sit here. This is pretty nice. Yeah. Back to it, I guess.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's get to that meeting room, huh?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh. And I'm going
This was
to the
not
right
the
one.
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I did.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
This is nice.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yeah, there's paintings. Let's check them out. Ocean, leaf.
At this point,
Shut
Stanley's
up!
obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
A field, mountains. You know what?
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room.
It was
and
amazing.
took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
I like that chair. I think I'm gonna go this way. Painting.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Caution, do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Guys, I'm so sorry I've been lying. Yeah, my name's actually Mama What of It.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot.
Oh, I fell off.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Absolutely
Are you that
not.
convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Danger everywhere.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
You know what? I'm gonna give him a chance. He seems genuine.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for?
I don't know.
Here.
What is this?
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
Oh.
I actually feel happy.
You know what I like? I like to take that away from people.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Yeah, somewhere where you're not gonna be happy.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Yep.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Uh-huh. Got nothing else to say, huh? Yep.
No!
Oh.
Oh, thank God. You know. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back.
Yep.
Why are you doing this?
Because I don't like people being happy. Yep.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
You know what? Alright, I'll do it.
Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I faked you out. I lied. I'm not actually going there. I'm going back up the stairs, man.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game?
I don't
That you'll
dislike
throw
it.
yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
No.
You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Possibly.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
I do like making choices. And if one choice I'm making, it's a 360. Whoop!
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
We're back at the beginning.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I've got no
Stanley
clue.
decided to go to the meeting room.
Okay.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That seems like the right place to go, I'm gonna be honest.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Whoa, let me out. No, please. Oh, it's very bright outside.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
These guys are some business people, huh? I see. Oh.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I kind of like it in here. The humming of the light.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I see a reason. Look at this wrench. Look at the... That's not a wrench.
It was
This is a
baffling that
wrench.
Stanley was
Thought the
still
wrench
just
was
sitting in the
pliers
broom
and
closet. He wasn't even
some
doing
tape
anything.
and
At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be
Screwdriver.
justified in some way. As it
And,
is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet
socket
FA.
wrench. Some copper and some more tape. Big old tube.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
A broom.
Standing around doing nothing?
Mop.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Some tape.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
A
If I'd
screwdriver
said
again.
Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet
some
is of
tubes.
absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Some cardboard. There's some more cardboard. The floor, you know.
Maybe to you this is somehow
You got
its own
some,
branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your
some,
friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite."
Uh-huh.
I hope your friends find this concerning.
There's the shelf here. There's that light. It's humming, you know. They got the
Stanley
wrench.
was fat and ugly and really, really
They
stupid.
got another
He
wrench.
probably only got
They
the
got
job
the
because of a family
pliers
connection.
and,
That's how
some
stupid he
tape
is.
and another
That or with drug
screwdriver.
money. Also, Stanley is addicted to
Looks like a
drugs and
pump right
hookers.
there.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
I'm not
They have
dead.
fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
So we got this shelf, we got a wrench, we got another...
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board.
Yeah,
I
let's
guarantee
go.
You can't. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't like heights.
Feeling a wave of
Oh
disbelief,
my
Stanley
god,
decided to go
let's
up
go.
to his boss's. Oh no! No! Not again! I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Finally. Now I can get back to cataloging. So we've got this socket wrench, we've got this other wrench.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say, that's a lovely purse. Extreme bathrooms. Should you just close that bathroom door? Stop closing. No! Why would they? Business strategy, Jesus! What kind of business? Let's go higher. these papers glowing. This is pretty epic music. Okay, let me out. Okay, that was pretty epic. Let's keep it going.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Wow.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Yeah, really, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Can I leave?
2845.
I wonder where that code might be.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And
What?
Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
What the? What happened here?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh yeah, I would assume. Oh,
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm gonna escape. I'm leaving. I'm
Although
running.
This passageway
I'm
had
getting
the
out of
word
here.
escape written on it.
Oh,
the truth
I'm
was
getting out
that
of
at
here.
the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
If only I knew. If only I knew it was at the end of this. I gotta get
The
out of
door
here.
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on
I'm
track.
getting out of here. I'm getting out of this big old tunnel.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward
I am.
and willingly confront his death.
I am. Ain't nothing gonna stop me. Oh, big hole. Whoop. Oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Oh.
he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
Oh, no.
But his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Well, goodbye, everybody, I guess.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path.
I don't
Stop
think
now and
that's
it'll
it.
be your only true choice.
No.
Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
And we're back!
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I don't want to listen to you this time.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
I know,
Thank goodness
right?
Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Absolutely. Oh, just gotta sit here and rest.
Yes, really, really worth it being
Okay,
here in
we're
the
gonna
room.
go.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
You know what? Why not?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I had to push it.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my
Okay.
mistake.
Yeah, you're fine, I understand.
No,
Oh.
not the right.
It's okay.
Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
got
It's
no
clearly...
clue.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Yeah, sure.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Let's go then. Oh.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Well, it seems we're back here. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's possible.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah, I mean, I
It was
can
right here
change
just
it.
a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay,
Probably.
then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay, we'll go this way then. Let's go find it. Place is neat. It's a big place. How'd I end up back here? Huh? Well, let's keep on moving. Okay.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
Yeah.
Do we need to restart the game again?
I mean, we could.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this.
Probably.
Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay, here we are. We're
All
back
of his
at it
co-workers
again.
were gone. What could it mean?
Okay,
Stanley
no
decided to
clue.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse.
Oh,
I might be remembering this wrong.
oh, there are
It's
no doors
possible
now.
the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay, that sounds good. Let's get going then.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something.
It does seem
the
that way, huh?
story. Here it comes.
Uh-huh.
No, wait,
Oh.
never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Mm-hmm. This is different. Oh.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all.
Yeah, this
Is
is
this the
weird.
story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yeah!
Congratulations!
Let's go!
You put
I'm
in
so
a lot of hard
glad.
work, and it really paid off. So,
Finally!
good job.
I knew I'd win.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both
for?
know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
I did.
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Oh my goodness.
Okay?
You lied.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line.
Okay.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Let's follow it then. Oh, I guess it goes this way.
You see?
is
The
neat.
line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction.
Yep.
Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
I'm continuing
Nope.
to destiny.
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
I guess.
Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Uh-huh.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Okay. Maybe not the choice I would have picked, but okay. Music is okay, you know? It's pretty decent, I'd say.
Cut the music.
Yeah?
Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Okay.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. I think I got it all.
We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Well, I guess we're back on the line.
You know what, Stanley?
Oh.
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
It
We're
helped.
intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
I mean, I
something
guess we could.
exciting, daring, mysterious.
Yeah.
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we
Definite.
simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Sure. Well, this is already pretty interesting.
Now, yes, this is exciting.
Very.
Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Oh, here we go. Whatever I'm thinking.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I'm not acknowledging it, though it kind of is there. Oh.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How
Okay.
important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here.
Go
Just
ahead.
walk in circles for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go,
Yeah.
there must be a reverse door that leads
Definitely.
here.
That's
And that
probably
in
true.
turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
Probably.
And since the answer
It's
is
the right
clearly
thing.
yes,
Yeah.
then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
Sounds
Another
good.
victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Well, let's go. Oh.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
Yeah, it would make sense. I
So now,
guess.
according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Alright.
And the timer stopped?
Oh.
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
Possibly.
The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now.
I'm sure.
We'll find out, won't we?
Yep.
Eventually. Well, in the meantime, I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Of course, yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's follow him this time. No deteriorating from the story. We go all the way through with it.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Here we are.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
That's true.
What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk.
Wow.
What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I'm gonna put a guess in.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Well, let's go, I guess. Oh, elevator again.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh. What is this place, huh? Whoop.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
I wonder.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Probably. Yes.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
An elevator to go up.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Oh, no.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he
Probably.
truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof,
Highly possible.
the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I shall.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
I don't know.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
I have no
What
clue.
other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Wow.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it
So
will
beautiful.
be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Time to leave this awful place.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Stanley Parable. If you'd like to see more of this, please comment and let me know. But otherwise, this is gonna be it for now. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a nice day. Goodbye.